With your permission, Mr. Speaker, at the end of the transition period, on the 31st of December, the United Kingdom will fully recover its economic and political independence. We want the best possible trading relationship with the EU, but in pursuit of a deal, we will not trade away our sovereignty.
Welsh companies wishing to bid for...
The first principle of our approach is that we wish to secure a relationship based on friendly cooperation between sovereign equals. We respect the EU's sovereignty, autonomy and distinctive legal order, and we expect them to respect ours. We will not accept nor agree to any obligations where our laws are aligned with the EU or the EU's institutions, including the Court of Justice. Instead, each party will respect the other's independence and the right to manage its own borders, immigration policy and taxes.
Public contracts in Wales frequently find themselves...
The second and allied principle of our approach is that we will seek to emulate and build on the types of relationship that the EU already has with other independent sovereign states. We will use precedents already well established and well understood to ensure that both sides' sovereignty is respected. And by using already existing precedents, we should be able to expedite agreement. We will seek functioning arrangements that the EU will recognise from its many other relationships. I'm very grateful to the honourable gentleman for his questions and the constructive way in which he approaches. We will not dilute any existing protections. Indeed, as the Environment Bill debated yesterday demonstrates, we wish to go further and faster than the EU in improving the natural environment. We do not need the EU's permission to be a liberal nation leading the world in the fight against climate change and for social progress. And that is why the UK government seeks an FTA with robust protections for the environment and labour standards. But we do not see why the test of suitability in these areas should be adherence to EU law and submission to EU models of governance. The EU does not apply those principles to free trade agreements with other sovereign nations, and they should not apply to a sovereign United Kingdom.
Speaker, can I congratulate my right honourable friend on his statement? Very clear.
Some argue that we must accept EU procedures as the benchmark because of the scale of UK trade with the EU. But the volume of UK trade with the EU is no greater than the volume of US trade with the EU. And the EU was more than willing to offer zero tariff access to the US without the application of EU procedures to US standard setting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And can I thank the Minister for the Cabinet Office for prior sight of his